This episode is an absolute roller coaster, man. It literally had me gripped from beginning to end, and I'm pretty sure my heart stopped at the end of it as well because, bro, this is so tense and scary. We finally got some context and some backstory about Nami and this Bellemere we've been hearing about, Nojiko and Nami's adopted mother. It's what a woman, bro, and what a brave and incredible role model and mother she is to these two. Bellemere isn't this perfect mother figure, and it never tries to portray her as that. She's just a mum that's struggling, that's trying to take care of these two kids that she rescued during the war when she was a Marine. And the bonds that these three have goes much deeper than even, blood relatives. It doesn't try to portray Bellemere as like the perfect mother. She's definitely not. She even hit Nami at one point because Nami said to Nojiko that they're not even blood related. And that obviously deeply affected her because of the circumstances and everything they've been through. But you can tell how much Bellemere cares about Nojiko and Nami as if they were blood related. They literally gave her life. She was on the breaking point. She was literally about to die when she was a Marine during this war, essentially. And finding Nojiko and Nami stranded walking around, and Nami smiling once she saw Bellemere when she was a baby, literally gave Bellemere the strength to go on and continue. And, she brought them back to Kokoyashi village and got them, nurtured back to health, essentially, by a doctor. And they were all on the brink of death from this storm and from this war. And then she decided to adopt them. And, I mean, God, what a family. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like I said, Bellemere is incredible. She's broke. She can't afford really anything. She's got this tangerine farm, but nobody's buying tangerines at the moment because of the climate. They can get tangerines anywhere. So her business is basically at zero at the moment. And she's having to starve herself to feed, Nojiko and Nami, like any mother would, because mums are just the most incredible thing in the world. And she's also doing stuff, making like hand-me-down clothes from Nojiko down to Nami and changing them a little bit. That's how the argument started, because Nami wanted to be adopted by a rich parent. And obviously she didn't mean that. She obviously loves Bellemere, but, she's only a kid in this episode. I don't know how young she is, but she's literally essentially like a toddler, like a baby pretty much. And so she says stuff she doesn't mean. But like I said, you can tell the bond between these three is very real, very strong, and stronger than like most families, I'm pretty sure. And we finally get to learn what Nami's true dream is, and that is she wants to map out the entire world. She wants to become a navigator. She can travel all of the seas and then map everything she sees. That is her dream. And it's nice to finally get like the actual dream that Nami has, an actual concrete plan that Nami wants to execute, sort of like how Zoro wants to become the greatest swordsman, Sanji wants to find the All Blue, Luffy wants to become the king of pirates. Now we have a real solid dream for Nami to try to achieve, and I always think that makes a character even more. I invest in them even more when I know exactly what they're aiming for, and One Piece does an amazing job of making the characters' motivations very clear and precise, and that's Nami's goal, and that's why the chart of her Kokoyashi village is so special to her, because that's when her dream started. That's the first like land chart she made, essentially. So that's why when the one of Arlong's pirates take it, she has such a visceral reaction to it, because it means everything to her. And Bellemere is obviously very supportive of her dream as well, and I think it's genuinely beautiful. Like, she even stole a book. That's how the episode started, about navigating, and Bellemere punished her for it. But that goes to show how much she wants to achieve this dream of becoming a navigator, and this sea charter and land charter, because she's willing to steal and everything just to have a chance at it, because they are so poor. They're in this situation altogether where they are so poor. They have no money. Like I said, Bellemere is literally starving herself. It's a really tough situation, but they all have each other. But that's what makes this so heartbreaking, the end of this episode. I don't know exactly where this is going, but I'm scared, because at the end of this episode is when Arlong shows up to Kokoyashi village, and he declares, he's the one that's ruling over it now. Every adult has to give him 100,000 berries, and kids have to give him 50,000 berries. And he's taking over this whole place, and if you don't pay for it, you die. And like I've been emphasizing, they don't have any money. Bellemere, Nojiko, Nami, no money at all. So it looked like they were going to get away with it because the house is sort of hidden away. But in order to, make it up to Nami about hitting her over the whole Nojiko thing, she starts making food for them, cooking, and you can see the smoke coming from the chimney in her house. Arlong sees it, and bro, my heart absolutely sunk. Like literally, I got a thud in my chest. I was like, fuck. Like Arlong's seen that, and he's gonna go after Bellemere, and he's gonna fucking kill her. I know it. And bro, I'm gonna cry for sure because I'm so invested in this character. I love Bellemere as a character. Like she's so real. Do you know what I mean? Like she's just a struggling mum looking after her two adopted children that she clearly loves more than anything. They're the centerpiece of her world. Do you know what I mean? They gave her life, as she described it, and now she could possibly be taken away from them. It's scary, man. It's heartbreaking. But yeah, that's how this episode ends. Is Arlong and his pirates heading towards Bellemere's house, and I'm scared how this is going to go down. She's clearly a very strong woman. Like I said, she was a Marine. I'm sure she's going to fight for it for herself. But we know how this ends. We've seen her grave in modern times, and I'm scared to watch it, bro, because I'm very endeared to her character already. Like she's amazing, and seeing what's going to happen, I'm worried about it. I'm definitely going to get emotional. I can feel it. But yeah, this episode was incredible, and let's see what happens next. Here we go.